Greetings. I'm Raekwon Thomas, a master's student at Full Sail University studying public relations. During my 12 months, I have met wonderful people at Full Sail University and also in my community doing public relations. I also had a chance to meet more wonderful people at H.O.P.E Outreach, who is my client and the company that I manage and market for them. For Thomas Uplift Media, that's my personal PR firm and production company. H.O.P.E Outreach is a community activist that gives back to the community and help others in need. H.O.P.E Outreach focus on back to school drive, helping the less fortunate, protesting and stopping gun violence, and rightful justice. H.O.P.E is a company that helps everyone. H.O.P.E Outreach stands for helping people everywhere. I went from the social media intern to the social media coordinator. I went simply from the social media coordinator to managing all social media content. So I stood as the social media manager. I knew this was an opportunity that was going to make my name bigger and better. I knew this was going to be something to help my legacy grow and to help my company, Thomas Uplift Media, grow. And not only that, to help my personal career grow. At H.O.P.E Outreach, a main goal was to help on social media. The goal was to create content and to create strategy to increase the engagement and the followers on social media. So I simply did that. As I did my journey and my research at Full Sail University, it was a piece of cake of being able to help Frankie. Full Sail gave me the resources and I used the resources for Frankie's company. I created a KPI, I did SEOs, I did all these different things that would help Frankie's company be a success on social media. When I was doing LinkedIn, I was doing it daily, the numbers was high. As I was doing it daily, the numbers was staying consistent. I knew then that consistency was the key to this social media strategy. I knew that it's not about really so much of the strategy, but it's more about being consistent to the plan. As I was being consistent to the plan was being consistent to me. What I mean by that is the plan was growing and the plan was achieving everything that he wanted to achieve. The content was getting better and better. The engagement was growing and growing. I also created a SWOT analysis for Frankie's company. H.O.P.E Outreach has a SWOT analysis that tells them the strengths and the weakness and the opportunities and the threats. The opportunities are to give back to the community, to work business to business, and to embrace the next generation. The threats are watching out for backlash, watching out for the negative people that don't want to see you win, and with that comes with the crisis plan that I created for H.O.P.E Outreach. With a crisis plan, it tells us everything that we need to do with anything that we get in trouble with, from legal aspect to just something simple to social media. With a crisis plan, you want to have certain things in place of who's in charge of talking to the news if it gets that big, who's in charge of removing things off a platform, and who's in charge of sitting people down and taking people away from the company. With the research that I did for Frankie's company, KPIs is key performance indicators. I did a key performance indicator to show me where Frankie organization H.O.P.E Outreach. Where does H.O.P.E Outreach stand? Is it at the top where it's supposed to be, or are we lacking a few things that we can improve on? H.O.P.E Outreach was doing pretty well, but we was lacking in a few things that needed to turn around. As far as staying more consistent on Facebook posts, Instagram and LinkedIn are doing just fine. But see, when you do a KPI, you can do it just for one platform, or you can do it for all your social media platforms. For H.O.P.E Outreach, I did a KPI for all social media platforms. I created this platform to treat them as one. Then I get another. Now that I told you a little bit about H.O.P.E outreach and a little bit about myself, let's take it back to day one when I first met their owner, Frankie Gist. When I first met Frankie, he told me what he was looking for. He said, I want fun content, I want consistent content, I want things that will target my audience and to get them to come to the page even more. Besides posting about gun violence, besides posting about community events, let's give these people something that they would like to see on a daily. Something fun, something that inspire them and motivate them. I had a strategy plan to create the content, and I had a strategy plan to post the content. What I did at H.O.P.E outreach, I had a weekly content turned in by every Friday to let Frankie and Ethan know who and what will be posted. I also had a plan and strategy to when I post, how much I post, and what times I post. For H.O.P.E outreach, I had one post a day going on LinkedIn. With that one post a day, I try to post around 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. I did the early morning times because LinkedIn is a professional development site. Most people would get on LinkedIn before they go to work and during their lunch break. Most people are on LinkedIn looking for jobs and opportunities, and also they look at things that will inspire them. That's a lot of things too, where people post about their college degrees to their career sets on LinkedIn. So we want to embrace and raise the acknowledgement on LinkedIn for community activists, things that we're doing in the community, giving back to the community for a back to school drive, or giving a homeless clothes. We do those things on LinkedIn so we can let professional people know that you can give back in these areas as well. So that was one post a day right there, doing simple things like that. Then for Instagram, Instagram is a popular social media website. Everybody's on Instagram. Instagram, you can post between 1 to 3 times a day. With those time frames, if I was to post 3 times a day, I do mornings, evenings, and nights. During my time here at H.O.P.E Outreach for the past 12 months, I'm proud to say that the mission and the goal was achieved. I'm proud to say that the Instagram plan worked. To say that I took H.O.P.E Outreach from 600 followers to 12,000 followers in 2 to 3 months. I'm proud to say that I took the LinkedIn account to reaching over thousands of people on their engagement. Not only reaching thousands of people on their engagement, but getting thousands of people to connect with with their LinkedIn page. I'd like to also say finally, the plan for Facebook, for H.O.P.E Outreach social media was a huge success. Singing in 7 days, H.O.P.E Outreach had reached over 3,400 people, seeing that every week the numbers was the same and the numbers was also increasing. When the numbers stayed the same, it was over 2,000. When the numbers increased, it kept increasing by 500. We was getting to where we was reaching thousands of people in one day by just posting content and advertising. With Facebook and Instagram, H.O.P.E Outreach wanted to have a budget plan. They wanted to have a budget plan so they can advertise their social media. They spent money and their money paid off. During this campaign, this has proven and shown me that hard work, dedication, and consistency will pay off. It's shown me that you can do anything that you put your mind to and that you put your heart to. All you gotta do is work hard and stay consistent, and you can truly achieve anything. I'm Raekwon Thomas, a master's student at Full Sail University, receiving a master's degree in public relations. Graduation is September 30th. Right now, today is September 25th, going into September 26th. I am Raekwon Thomas, and I'm proud to say that this has been a tremendous journey.